Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for June 25th through July 1st of 2023. So our quote for the week says, "There is no room for cruise control, flakiness, fatalism, or waiting to be rescued." Deep breath. I chose the picture because this week, almost all of our activations are Mercury and Sun with one Mars thrown in for good measure. But either way, it's all about you and your consciousness. And with Mars, it's about your choices and actions. Squaring off with Uranus means we might be a little frustrated with things not working the way we want them to, but we'll get into that in a minute. But because of all this consciousness, I thought the aurora would be so beautiful. So I hope you like that picture. Meantime, we need to wake up. We can't be on autopilot. That's why I chose that quote. And I'm trying to get this up and out on Thursday so that you all get this in time to join me on Saturday for our solstice fire ceremony, which got postponed due to weather. I live in Colorado Springs, and we are having spring in the springs, which constitutes some pretty serious winds, rain, and hail, even if it is 75 degrees. It's so crazy to me. I'm learning so much. But if we had done it on solstice as planned, we would have got run out about 45 minutes in. And I kind of thought that might happen, so that's why I postponed it. So if you're catching this early enough, Thursday or Friday or Saturday morning, because it'll be Saturday evening, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, for the summer solstice fire ceremony. This is open for the whole community. Everyone is welcome. You can invite your friends. It'll be on Zoom. We do this every 6 weeks to honor the turn of the wheel. And if you can believe it, we're halfway through the year. And if you're part of my regular crew, then you know that midpoints are crucial co-creation points. It's our best course-correcting time. When we look back at winter solstice and see what did we initiate or conceive that started to bubble to life in February and kind of burst forth and became obvious in March, got juicy and delicious and beautiful in May. Here we are, halfway through whatever we're creating for the year of 2023. So think about how you want to close it strong in the next 6 months. Meantime, our week kicks off on Sunday, the 25th, with Mercury squaring Neptune. This is a mixed blessing energy. On one hand, it's good for spiritual study and giving your dreams a little energy, if your schedule permits. On the other hand, it makes for major miscommunications between people. Try to think before speaking, because if it's possible to misunderstand or not get it all together, it will happen this week. Be careful not to let longing for your dreams to come true distort your judgment and mislead you into believing the illusion. With this energy, some people will deliberately deceive, and others will have to be careful not to be misled. Stick to the facts or stay quiet for now. You may even be inclined to withhold information to avoid a confrontation. Don't do it. Communicate with yourself, your higher self, and God or spirit today. Otherwise, plan to be very clear in explaining yourself to others, especially the humans, so there are no misunderstandings. Deep breath. So some of you who have been in my circle for a long time know when I talk about withholding information to avoid a confrontation, don't do it. This is one of those things when you don't disagree, people assume you agree, and that's a problem too. So I'm just saying, it's better to be quiet or keep it real or keep it moving. And no matter how you slice this week, it's all about your consciousness, not anybody else. It's Sun, Mercury, even Mars, all super personal about the individual consciousness. And with a square to Neptune, you need boundaries for your mind this week. We need some mental health breaks or some social media breaks or some technology breaks of whatever kind, because mental boundaries are super important too. And this is Gemini to Pisces. So it's our mental processing to our emotional processing. And we need to sort and sift through it before we make choices and changes. But we are definitely being pushed to grow. On Monday, the 26th, we've got Mars squaring off with Uranus. Now we're in fixed energies, Leo to Taurus. This is your self-love, self-worth, and self-value. This is your desire to be your authentic self, but recognizing that that's going to shake up the status quo and that's going to have other folks twisted. And at the same time, you've outgrown your old self. You've been cracked open to new levels of consciousness. And so new choices and decisions are going to follow. And usually when we do that, Of course, the first to buck are those closest to us because they expect us to stay the same when that's not really natural. So it's better if we start training our people that every 18 months to 2 years, you as an individual grow and evolve. Let's discuss. When I put my husband on the Venus schedule, everything got better because now instead of making somebody good, bad, right, or wrong, we can just say, look, time's up. Let's shift gears. Let's do this another way. Let's rise to this new level. Let's do this next cycle a different way. Everyone felt better and more willing to work on the relationship. So let's be mindful of these squares because they're not necessarily bad. They're pushing you out of your comfort zone and into new territory, which I'm sure is in here. So this is the rebel energy. What's your cause? If you are clear about your own authentic truth and purpose, then this energy is actually refreshing and uplifting. You can simply acknowledge that change is necessary and often inevitable, and you can co-create with this energy to transform your current life. This is a rebirth energy too, and being reborn is never easy. Worth it, but not easy. However, if you are not clear about who you are and what you're capable of, then this energy shines a light on that aspect of your life which you instinctively already know needs an overhaul, but for whatever reason you are still holding on to the old habits, patterns, or people. Unwilling or unable to embrace change at this time, you only increase the feeling of being restricted by external forces. Your life is a direct reflection of what's going on inside you. How's it looking? Check your ego, recommit to your truth, and remember that change is good. And if you don't go voluntarily, read consciously, then you'll just get dragged to the next level, kicking and screaming, and you'll be so exhausted when you get there that you may miss the beauty in evolving to the next level. This is what you've been working toward, correct? Remember, conscious, effective action creates freedom. That's Mars and Uranus mixing it up. Deep breath. Same day, Mercury moves into Cancer until July 10th. It is officially time to process, digest, and release all that we've been through in the last 3 weeks at a minimum. Mercury in Cancer is a special reminder to be cautious and caring with self and others. It's time to get okay with moving sideways and or backwards before going forward. And like the crab, we get to explore the perimeter to make sure that it is safe before going after what we want. Since this year has activated this amazing awakening and forced us all to connect with new ideas, thoughts, and concepts to communicate or express ourselves, this will be a great time to further develop whatever ideas have come to you this year so far. They are your babies, and it is your responsibility to nurture their development and release them to feed the world in their own way. If you haven't already, take some time for inward focus and some deep, radical self-care. 'Tis the season. We have to honor how we feel periodically, even if the culture would have us numbed out and constantly distracted. It's like spring cleaning for your feelers, the inner empath that you are, that feels and senses what is best for you and your family or community that you love. Use this energy to tune into what messages your particular moods have for you as well. Be sure to remind yourself over and over to think with your feelings or think with your heart, and be aware of your own sensitivity and boundary issues. It may be time to reestablish that on some level so that you are clear and capable of discerning whether it is your own feelings and thoughts that you are picking up along the way or someone else's nearby. Either way, it's always a good time to slow down to do your own inner process and self-reflection to make sure that you are not operating on autopilot when the current path is so changeable. The last thing I think this one will be good for is conjuring up memories from the past, or you may feel the ancestors close by. So be sure to call in the loving, benevolent, well ancestors if you are looking for a message or confirmation. It is time to be more caring and compassionate overall, but we don't have to be pushovers either. It is time to ask what feeds you on the deeper levels, that which has perhaps only recently been revealed to your own conscious awareness. Deep breath. Then we jump to Wednesday, the 28th. Sun is going to trine Saturn. So this is actually really good. So where our mind is kind of going through changes, we're getting some good traction and energy from Saturn to make something real that has just recently even been illuminated. This energy gives you the direction and discipline at the same time. Use it consciously to fuel your goals at this time, as you will be blessed by your past efforts. You are completely supported to structure your life in a whole new way. It's time to take a personal inventory, organize your life, especially your home, office, or immediate environment. Naturally, this kind of shift will also affect those you relate with in these close environments. So be mindful of others who are not necessarily as clear as you may be at this time. A new order is trying to take root, which scares some and excites others. And this activation supports you and your personal definition of stability and good boundaries. You have access to focus and dedication that can set the tone for the next season as you clarify the connection between who you are and what you are truly responsible for in this lifetime. Evaluate your daily routine and see what is working and what is not, and move forward with some new choices. Deep breath. Same day, Wednesday, NASA and I get together twice a month to host Rhythms and Verses, Planetary Rhythms and Ancestral Wisdom. Wednesday, the 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern is 4 p.m. Pacific. You just go to NASA's YouTube channel, click on the live tab, and you can join us live there. It's also one of those things that you can watch us from Facebook. I'm not sure about Instagram anymore. I feel like, if I remember correctly, that one might have fallen off. But it's like several platforms. You can join us from a couple of different directions. I just think that YouTube ends up being the most stable and where we usually end up. Now, Friday, the 30th, brings Mercury trining Saturn. So see how Sun and Mercury are a little bit of a tag team? They're both in this good angle to Saturn. This energy is good for deep thinking. You are sharp and your standards are high because you are in strategy mode. This is a more solitary energy though, so communications with others may be hampered a bit because it is time for you to hold your own at some new level. It's time to focus on the details that hold the big dream together. All the little things that make the grand vision work. Some folks respect that attention to detail, while others consider it nitpicky. But it is what the energy supports at this time, so don't worry if others don't understand what you're going through. By the same token, you may also feel a little overwhelmed by the many little things that cannot be denied or delayed, and thus a sense of urgency to get it all done. Beware of a tendency toward pessimism, depression, or overwhelm. Try to stay focused on all the blessings that you do have and all that you have accomplished instead of what's still on the list of things to do in life. This energy is not intended to make you feel bad about the things left yet to do, but encourage you to begin the necessary steps for manifesting your dreams. This energy just makes you focus on the practical side of manifesting. Clear the debris and begin to lay a new, clean, solid foundation beneath your goals. Saturn gets you present to the necessary steps, and Mercury helps you think clearly, so we like that. And the Sun illuminates it. And a trine is ease and grace and blessings without effort, so we love that. And rewards for past efforts and all kinds of good stuff. But it's a subtle activation where you have to apply yourself and be conscious and move through consciously to get those benefits. Same day, Neptune retrogrades in Pisces until December 5th. Last year and this year, Neptune is standing still around solstice time, emphasizing the renewal of our connection to the sacred, as well as the dream and vision we're living in this moment. Where the moon represents the individual womb energy, Neptune represents the collective womb experience on a much higher level. So as a whole, we are returning to the womb at this time, essentially preparing for yet another rebirth. It's not going to be as tangible as some would prefer. From Neptune comes all things formless, but very, very real. Subconscious, dreams, magic, music, art, etc. While the womb was the source of nourishment and protection at one time, we annually renew that connection through the Neptune retrograde. It's time to check in on the relationship between your spirit and your human form. Every year we are supported to renew that which supports us on a spiritual level. It is where you need to return periodically for strength, nourishment, and wisdom. The more regularly you're able to do this, the stronger the connection to your spirit and true purpose. When Neptune retrogrades, it may be less shocking than Uranus or Pluto, but no less effective. Its primary goal during a retrograde is to gently dissolve personal boundaries and remind you that you are an eternal spirit in a temporary form. You start to realize that you are connected to the whole. Not a bad idea, but to some it can be unsettling if they are rigidly holding on to the boundaries of a false sense of security. Where you might pursue your dreams and visions when it's direct, When it's retrograding, be creative. Read, write, sing, dance in private for your own pure joy and delight, as well as for cleansing and releasing purposes. It moves energy, y'all. It's a good thing. In addition to dreaming for the community, dream for your deepest soul self as well. Connect to that original intent, that original person you were born to be before you were imprinted by your family, culture, or environment. Original intent. When you can, over the next 5 months, take some time to get back to your center and renew your connection to Great Spirit. Neptune is a collective planet, which means that all those born in a 14-year period have Neptune in the same sign and will share this spiritual connection. Jamie of PandoraAstrology.com calls it the shared dream of each generation and has a fantastic short article on the generations here. So I always link that in my blog for you all to follow up with. Same day, Friday the 30th, is NASA's cord cutting ritual. So this is last call if you want your ingredients before Friday. They did a wonderful deal where you can do the ritual only for $45 or the ritual bundle where you get the ingredients and the ritual for $70. Starts at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, and all the links are in here. Thanks to Lana Moon of the Honeypot Energy and Art Metaphysical Shop in Atlanta. She has been creating these magical bundles for many of our classes lately. I'm so excited. Saturday, July 1st, is actually my birthday, y'all. But I'm not celebrating until August when we're going to go whitewater rafting, so stay tuned. Meantime, this will just be a regular Saturday, and we got 3 activations, again with Mercury and Sun being a tag team because they are initiating a whole new cycle together. July 1st, Mercury conjunct Sun. This will compel you to express yourself on many levels. Communication will be a focus, just make sure that it's reciprocated. What I mean is two-way communication and exchange of ideas. As you initiate this new cycle of self-expression, you will have access to some powerful energy that can and probably will help you make a difference or an impression on others if you need to. This is a good time to travel if possible too. However, if not physically, then mentally through visualization or within your own area locally. Because if you explore a new direction, you are more likely to discover something new. This energy opens you up to a download of more information than usual, so pay attention. If you are solid and organized, you may even gain some much-deserved recognition from others that you have earned through your individual efforts. Deep breath. That's what happens when the sun gives us activations that activates a certain glow where we're radiating our own light, our true individual light. So let's tap in and notice the new cycle. So we'll do this whole cycle takes us through Cancer, Mercury through Cancer, Mercury through Leo, and then it's going to start a new cycle when it retrogrades in Virgo. So this is, 3 weeks to 3 months is how Mercury rolls. So we want to pay attention to our mental evolution, our ideas, thoughts, and concepts, and how they're evolving over this new cycle initiated in Cancer, which means we should be nourishing our mind and protecting it and supporting it in the juiciest possible way. So Mercury to Sun, same day, Mercury sextiles Jupiter. Now that's an opportunity, that's powerful. Where Sun sextile Jupiter is more about you, the individual, this activation is more about your consciousness, ideas, thoughts, and concepts, thanks to Mercury, which Jupiter expands in some way, helping you to think bigger, edit your personal story, and step up your game in some kind of way. This is also a great energy to work with if you are in school, learning something new, expanding your knowledge base, or gathering new tools and information to support your goals. Your dreams are tapping you on the shoulder, demanding some attention. Mundane issues are not your concern right now. You want to figure out how to create the life you've been imagining. This energy also provokes within you the awareness and understanding that being generous naturally attracts generosity to you. The big picture and overall patterns which have led you to this point are being brought into the light. Feeling clear, sharp, alert, and optimistic, you begin to realize that anything you can imagine or remember, you can achieve. Deep breath. So, there's a Yeye quote I like that she said, "Folks cannot prepare for a future they cannot imagine." So, you need to imagine success and joy and love and safety and the ability to live your truth and story. Last one of the week, Sun sextiles Jupiter. So what did we say? When it's Sun, it's all about you, the individual. When it's Mercury, it's about your consciousness. So you're getting both because they are together. Cancer and Taurus, again with the nurturing food and beauty and protection and safety and creature comforts and feeling good about your individual life and your individual environment. This energy is sometimes considered lucky, but the success you achieve under this influence is more likely due to a positive outlook and clear vision of who you are and what you want. Your life is expanding, your self-understanding is deepening, and it will be easier to be around other people of higher consciousness, improving things and creating opportunities that benefit a larger number of people. There is a healthy dose of optimism around some grand plan, and things are moving, but make sure to do the foundation work to support this larger vision as it manifests in reality. If you are a teacher, guide, leader of any sort, this energy supports your group efforts, so giving workshops, seminars, or new classes is totally supported and will benefit you while serving others. Ashe. So of course you know I love this one because July brings bear medicine. In July, we recalibrate our personal input and output. We pause for the cause, we turn inward and tend to our individual personal needs. So the housekeeping is around our boundaries. We're composting old obligations, again with that reset around your self-care. And we're seeding the new sense of self. I love it. So by the time y'all see this, those links will be done and ready and good to go. Meantime, we are cooking up the new Venus reading and custom guide. It's retrograding in Leo, so it's going to be most relevant to my people with strong Leo, Aquarius, or Taurus, Scorpio energy. And for the rest of us, it's going to recalibrate those houses for us and upgrade our values and priorities in that department. And frankly, when it's Leo, it's all about love and fun and friends and sex and creativity and joyfulness and resourcefulness. It's such a juicy energy that we overlook in our Western culture, which is all about the grind and working hard and struggling from the cradle to the grave and being on this hamster wheel and all those cliches. We got cracked open of that, y'all. That's the one blessing out of COVID, was that the Monday through Friday 9 to 5 rhythm got knocked out, gone, done, over. So you can now design your daily rhythm around your personal needs. And you're still going to go to work and you're still going to make money and pay bills. We all still got to do that. We live in a monetary system. But you can redesign your day so that the first part of your day is giving energy to you before you go pour out to the family and to the community and to work, okay? So this Venus retrograde in Leo is going to be very powerful. And the better we do with recalibrating our Leo points, the more options and opportunities will be available to us when we do the reclamation side, and that is themed by Gemini. So again, with this being partly around your self-love and self-worth reset, but also around beautifying and cultivating and creating new energy around your ideas and creativity and your creations, your offerings to the world, your reputation, what you're known for. All of that is getting an upgrade so that the outside matches the inside. If you've been doing your soul work and really reorganizing things internally, when she lingers in Leo, we start to put the pieces together of what we want it to look like and who we want to play with and share it with and enjoy it with. And so let's do that. We're probably going to have to do some clearing, and let go of some self-worth issues. But if we're able to do that, like I said, we're going to have so many more options by the end of this cycle. So check those links out as well, and know that we are having a free open house next month. July 13th is a Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And I'll do an overview of the general cycle so everyone can know where their Leo, Aquarius, and Taurus, Scorpio houses are being affected. But if you want to go deeper, there is a reading, a custom guide, and the monthly circle is only $25 a month that you can use that guide to carry you through for the full 18-month cycle. So I'm very excited. Also, for the Ajay class, going very well. Again, you're invited to drop in any time along the way, and when we get done, we're going to package it up as a self-study course, so it's still going to be available. And my Astro 101 class is coming back, so let me know about that. Who wants to do things? I do it on a Tuesday evening, usually, throughout August, September this year. Okay, so check that out and get back to me. Okay, I think that about wraps it up for the last week of June. Join us for our solstice fire this Saturday if you catch this in time. And if not, you can still register and get the replay and the tools, personal activations, all those good goodies, but you do have to register for that. I'll be posting that video in the classroom, and then I'll be uploading an audio version to the podcast and YouTube stations. So it'll be available one way or another and easy to get to for y'all. So reach out if you need to. I hope you have a fantastic week. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools signing off.